Hello, my name is Lorraine and I am a psychic and a spiritual medium. And as a spiritual teacher, I really enjoy helping others on their mediumship journey. I know far too well how confusing it can be, or especially early on in our mediumship, even when we've been working for a while. There are things that occur in our mediumship that we want to be able to understand better, to be able to troubleshoot, to be able to be better mediums, right? And that should be the goal, to be the best medium that we can be. So one of the things that often occurs in our mediumship is when we have a spirit communicator come through and the sitter does not recognize it. The sitter is not able to take it or understand who it is that's coming through. So you have a spirit communicator and our sitter is saying, no, I don't understand. I don't know who this is. So what's going on? Now, this can happen. There are a number of things that can be going on in this particular scenario. Okay, now, first of all, are you setting your intentions? Because intention setting in our mediumship is really so very important. Are you setting your intentions to be able to have an identifiable and easily recognizable spirit communicator come through so that your sitter may be able to take or understand it? Okay, when we set our intentions, we are making a declaration to spirit, to those in the spirit world, to our guides and spirit helpers. This is the way that I want it to unfold. And so remember, set your intentions before any reading. Set your intentions that you want to be able to have a spirit communicator come through that is easily recognizable, easily identified, and that your sitter is able to understand. So always set your intentions first. Another thing that can be occurring when this happens, when you have spirit come through and your sitter doesn't understand, is that you have opened up too early. Okay, so you've opened up, your thoughts are on the spirit world, you've done this maybe hours before your reading. I hear this all the time. I've had spirit with me for hours or even maybe days prior to my reading. I know it's from my sitter that I have booked coming up. But what happens, two things that happen here. One, we've opened up. And so spirit sees our light, spirit is able to feel our energy, and they're drawn to us as a medium. They're drawn to us and they want to be able to connect. And mediumship really is all about healing. And so we may have attracted someone to us because we've opened up and they know that we're a medium, and it really may not have anything to do with our sitter that is coming to us. So this is one thing to be aware of. Don't open up too soon. You can set those boundaries with spirit. You may have spirit knocking at your door, but you don't have to open up that door and start communing with spirit. Okay? It takes discipline to be able to be really effective in our mediumship, and this is something that we really want to not practice, is opening up too soon. Something else that may be occurring during this is if we've opened up prior to reading, prior to us being able to have that link taken, is that we've opened up, we've been communing, we've got a bunch of information, and now as we are preparing to meet with our sitter, with our client, we're recalling the information. We are thinking about what it is that we have already received. And so we're in our wrong mind. We're in our logical mind. We're in our left brain. We're not in our receptive, receiving mind. And this is, well, we call this in the industry stacking. So don't stack in your mediumship. Again, you may, as you're preparing to read, as you're preparing to open up and make contact with spirit world, you may feel spirit being there, but don't start communing with spirit, don't start getting information from spirit prior to you wanting to have your reading, prior to you being ready to read, because, well, one, it's tiring. You're going to lose your energy. Two, as I was saying, you may be thinking about it. You're in your thinking mind and you're recalling what you've already received. And so you're not linking up quite in that moment. You may not be in your full power, and you may be, if you get a no from your sitter, which happens in a mediumship, you may then be thinking about, well, what was it that came through? What was it Spirit was saying to me? And you're thinking about what it is that Spirit's given to you. So this is really something to shy away from. It's not something that we should be practicing for best practice in mediumship. Another thing that can be happening is that your sitter really may not fully understand who exactly may come through in spirit. So have you prepared your sitter to the best of your abilities? Do they understand that we can't control who comes through in spirit? Maybe it is a coworker coming through, or maybe it's your coworker's mom that's coming through that just passed away, and she wants to be able to bring through a message that she's doing okay. But your sitter does not really fully understand how mediumship works, and she may not just be fully open to the process, so therefore she may not be able to recognize some of the details that are coming through, and this can occur. All right, so it may just be that you have someone coming through that because your sitter, spirit, there's an intelligence in spirit. Spirit knows that sitter is coming to you. They were aware that there was this opportunity to be able to get a message to their loved one. And so spirits come through, but your sitter just maybe really not fully understand the process. And they may not be able to take that communication because they don't recognize who is coming through. So that is one, another possibility that may be occurring. And still another thing that could be occurring with this, when you have a spirit communicator come through, is that your sitter just really may not know the information. It may be that this could be someone along the family line that they don't recognize coming through, and so they just don't know. But instead of saying I don't know, you may be getting no's. Okay, even just having I don't know, that in itself can be frustrating. But so that we understand what these things may be, then we're able to sort of be able to navigate around it. Then you're able to address it, and you're able to feel into the situation so that you're able to better understand what it is that's occurring as to why you're not having this link taken, why you're not having the spirit communicator taken. So the different scenarios that can be happening, why you don't have this link taken, is that you've opened up too early and you have someone in spirit world coming through that knows that you're a medium, is able to feel your energy, able to see your light, and you've attracted someone to come through, but it's not for your sitter. Okay? The other thing is that we've opened up too early and we've been stacking in our mediumship, which we don't want to do, and we've lost our power. We are remembering what it is that's come through, and so we're really not linking up, and we're not having that best connection with spirit, and so it may not be the best communication, and then we're recalling what it is that's coming through. The other circumstance may be that the sitter just doesn't understand fully how the process of mediumship works, and they may not recognize who's coming through because they don't know that it could be the neighbor coming through, or the co-worker's family member coming through, or their friend's mom. They may not be fully open, and so as they're not fully open, they just may not recognize some of the descriptors, some of the evidence that's coming through. And so there is that factor. The other one, as I was saying, is that as spirit is coming through, they just may not have that knowledge that it may not be, they may not have that knowledge as to who is coming through. It could be on their family tree that they just may not have that knowledge. And Spirit just reminded me of another factor that may be occurring, and one is psychic amnesia. And this is something that commonly happens in mediumship. And psychic amnesia is when the sitter is, I call it an entrancement. They're a little bit entranced by the process, and they're just kind of, they're literally experiencing a bit of amnesia, that they're not able to fully recall what is sort of going on in the present moment. So you could be bringing through the best evidence, and you're getting these no's or I don't knows, and they're experiencing psychic amnesia. And then sometimes even before the reading's over, they may be going, oh yeah, okay, I understand now. Or they may remember days afterwards or even weeks after, they may be able to make a connection. I heard John Holland say once during one of his demonstrations that I had gone to a particular audience member, and he was saying something about your daughters, your children and your daughters, and she had responded, I don't have children, and her children were sitting literally right next to her. And so that would be an example of psychic amnesia. And so when we are better prepared, when we have more knowledge, we are empowered as mediums, and we're able to navigate around some of these situations a little bit better. We're able to be stronger and more confident in our mediumship. We're able to take those no's or I don't knows, and we're able to have stronger and links and better communication with those in spirit when we're able to understand all these different aspects with mediumship. And so this is just one of them. Why can't my sitter recognize, or why doesn't my sitter take who is coming through? Go over some of those different scenarios, okay? And see if you're able to better navigate in your mediumship the spirit communication that's coming through. I thank you very much for listening to me. Again, my name is Lorraine Appleyard, and I am a psychic medium and a spiritual teacher. And I wish you very many blessings, and may you walk with spirit. Bye for now.